Well, good morning, everybody. Truman and I are doing a bit of experimentation today. We're trying out some new software. It's for AI voice changing or voice morphing, but done offline. And we're kind of struggling a little bit with it, but um, I really wanted to use it for one of the future games called the Bank Robbing Bunnies, and it's simply because if I can use my voice and become three female characters, that saves a lot of time. But we're just experimenting to push it to the extremes, and I'll just play something. I'm going to play it through the unit so you'll hear how it would come out. So first of all, this is a short exchange that does appear in Hotel of Secrets, and this is my voice with my most cartoony characters.
Oh, I say, did you hear what happened to Claudia Bambino? She was robbed of all her jewelry, everything, taken all at once. Oh my goodness, I dare say that her husband will be looking for the culprit. Her husband, Carlos Bambino, is widely known as a somewhat ruthless and unforgiving man.
Now, one of the things I discovered with using AI for things like this is it can be it's very much garbage in, garbage out, and so you've got to give it nice, clean recordings, but the way you phrase things can change. So in that example, I was really drawing out some of the words as, "Oh, I dare say that my husband," and what I was to discover is that the AI gets confused when I was drawing out the words, but we can hear it. Let's turn this off.
Oh, I say, did you hear what happened to Claudia Bambino? She was robbed of all her jewelry, everything, taken all at once.
Oh my goodness, I dare say that her husband will be looking for the culprit. Her husband, Carlos Bambino, is widely known as a somewhat ruthless and unforgiving man.
I think I still have my voice there, and I had the wrong things muted. You may have noticed I've made a background track of a coffee lounge. I went and sat in a hotel with my recorder and got a really nice ambience, and then was able to get some copyright-free music and put it on. So that's the background. I'll just do that second piece again because I was playing the original and the new one.
Oh my goodness, I dare say that her husband will be looking for the culprit. Her husband, Carlos Bambino, is widely known as a somewhat ruthless and unforgiving man.
So I know people get very upset about AI, and I think there's a lot of fear about AI, which I don't get. And I think the reason I don't get the fear that people have is I remember being a little boy and Toyota put robots in the factories in Japan, and people went crazy. So how is he supposed to get a job when he grows up? And well, we would all do something else. We would just do other things. And you know, I've got a really good friend who is a professional voice actor. He's called Lewis McLeod, and Lewis is he's the voice of Postman Pat in the UK. If for international viewers, Lewis is the voice of Sebulba in The Phantom Menace, but he's a staple on BBC. And you know, it's like AI can't replace the quality, like the person. You know, what it can do here is it might be able to change my voice. And in Hotel of Secrets, which this one was from, I've got a few dozen receptionists and cashiers and croupiers and delivery drivers, and they just need a single voice. And I can't hire actors for all of these voices. I just need to take my voice and have 20 different accents. It's just the way it is, I think. But where it kind of is really helpful is in cost. The cost of hiring a dozen actors versus the cost of me using software to have a dozen different voices is substantial. And I think that that's just the way it's going to be. It's not quite right yet, though. I think the technology is not quite right. It's not. It's not as 100% convincing. It may be that it requires certain efforts in order to make it convincing, but it's getting there. So this is our experiment this week.